I hope you're enjoying this full free episode of Takedown, but there's something else you need to know. Only a small portion of our episodes are on YouTube. There are more than 100 episodes on our streaming service, ad-free and uncensored at watchtrueblu.com. Use the code YouTube24 to watch them all for $2.50 or YouTube Year for $20 off an annual subscription. Also, and this is important, hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you soon on TruBlu. I'm in Genesee County, Michigan, where Sheriff Chris Swanson and his ghost team are as dedicated and diligent about capturing child predators as I am. And today is no different. On a sunny St. Patrick's Day, here comes 54-year-old David Wagner, pulling into our driveway in his Audi SUV. While the luck of the Irish is all around today, David is not going to get his pot of gold.
I said I wish I could afford something like that.
Wagner thinks he's been chatting with a 15-year-old girl. A decoy posing as the girl greets him at the door of our sting house.
So your neighbors?
Yeah.
He worriedly asks about the neighbor.
What's that?
They're not gonna be nothing. So, before we get started, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my vape. And I'll come back down. I'm also gonna grab my phone.
And before David can make himself at home,
Hey,
I walk in.
please take your hands out of your pockets.
That nervous laugh makes me think he knows who I am. David tells me he's just a concerned Good Samaritan checking in on a wayward teen.
So what's your plan today?
Talk to her about her life.
Talk to her about her life,
Yeah, about getting it right.
getting it right.
Yeah.
Are you a therapist or a counselor?
No.
You were just going to take it upon yourself to talk to the girl.
Yeah, to find out what happened with her parents and, why she's going so wrong.
You were concerned.
Yeah.
What made you so concerned?
I have a couple daughters. I hate to see this happen to young girls, especially young girls.
You have a couple of daughters.
Yeah.
That's right, David has daughters of his own.
And how old are your daughters?
A little older.
A little older.
Yeah, 30.
And where did you meet this girl?
What girl?
The girl who's here today. How did you come in contact with her?
On a website.
Which website? And what was your purpose of going on? What were you trying to do?
Somebody else told me about it and said that there's young girls that are getting in trouble and just have no interest in, living their life straight.
And so you took it upon yourself to go on and find a troubled girl,
Well, not
an
necessarily.
underage girl, who was willing to have sex.
19.
No, she said 15.
19.
I heard the phone call, so you can cut the crap right now.
Well, I'm 15, but the ad says 19.
David sticks to his story that the girl he thought he was coming to see is 19, even though the decoy indicates in the chat and over the phone that she is 15.
I know a lot more about this than you think I know.
Well,
so
I'm
you might
assuming
as well.
everything's recorded and you saw the text and everything.
But
the ad said 19. I'm assuming
Well,
19.
that's how
And I
kids
asked
get
for-
on that app.
Oh, I asked for ID also.
What sort of ID did you ask for?
I think I just said ID.
Hmm.
Well,
Do you have your
it's
phone?
my phone, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
He even pulls out his phone to show me that he asked for an ID. What he really asked for was a picture.
You asked for a picture. You asked where her parents were.
In the chat, David gets right to the point.
Hey, are you available now? Location for in-call?
In the world of online hookups, HH can stand for hang out and hook up, or hot and horny.
I'm 15 and don't want any trouble. I'm low-key.
Ad says 19.
I had to say that to post ad.
Then David says,
Give me a call so we can hook up. By the way, I'm a cop, so you have to give it to me for free.
he then does ask for ID. The decoy says no. He then asks for a pic and tells her he's on his way.
What's your name?
Dave Wagner.
Dave Wagner?
Yeah.
And Dave, how old are you?
54.
54. And how old did you tell the girl you were during the chat?
We didn't talk about my age.
You didn't talk about your age. Did you send any pictures to her?
I did not.
But she sent pictures to you.
An ID. I just said ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
she
said-
didn't send you a picture showing you that she was 19.
No, I asked for it.
You asked for a picture. You did ask for a picture.
I asked for a picture of her, yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of a picture did she send?
Picture of her face,
Right.
and then of her body.
Yeah, of her body. Yeah, I'm familiar. And why did you ask for a picture of her, Dave?
To prove she was real, I guess.
To prove she was real.
Yeah.
And why not just...
Well, it's 19.
Your story doesn't make a lot of sense, Dave. Your story sounds like a guy trying to have sex with a
I can see
underage
that.
girl.
I can see that.
You can understand where
Yeah.
I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you think would have happened, Dave, here today if I wasn't here and it was just you and this underage girl? What do you think would have happened?
Well, okay, so first of all, I would have asked for an ID.
You would ask for an ID?
When I was coming in, I asked.
She told you...
She said she wanted a vape or something.
Yeah, she said
And then-
she was going to go get her vape.
Yeah.
Did you bring anything with you today?
Keys.
Keys, which is laying right there. Yeah. And did you bring any condoms with you?
No.
Are there condoms in your vehicle?
No, I did not plan on having sex.
You just were going to come over here and tell the girl she was going down a bad path.
Yeah. Try to talk her out of it.
You
Find out where her parents were.
So let me get this straight. You got on, which is a site dedicated to quick hookups, right? That's what it is.
I guess. I
guess.
don't know what it's dedicated to.
So what made you decide that on St. Patrick's Day 2022, Dave, you were going to just go on for the first time?
I didn't say that.
Oh, so you've been on the site before?
I didn't say that.
Well, what are you saying? Help me out.
I was going to talk to somebody.
All right, but why
that-
were you on?
To look for troubled girls.
Good Deed Dave says he's just looking to help troubled girls, but he's the one who's in trouble today.
To look for troubled girls.
Because somebody else had told me about this and how it works, and just a horrible way to throw a life away.
Right. And so Savior Dave is going to come over here and help this girl
I'll
out. Try.
If she was 19, and I was going to ask for ID.
But she
talk-
told you
to
she
talk to
was
her.
15. She told you that.
The ad said 19.
Kids
I
get on
know-
these apps because they have to say they're 19, but once they're on them, many times they're underage. That's how this works. She told you she was 15. She did. I know this.
Many social media sites require users to say they're 18 or older, and some like David use that as an excuse to say they thought the girls were of age. But we know the decoy made it clear she was 15.
What do you think your daughters are going to think about this? And your wife, are you married? What's your wife going to say about it? Had you discussed this plan to go on and save young women? So this was in the works for how long?
I've talked to a couple different girls.
A couple different girls. And have you visited any of those other girls? Have you set up dates with those other girls? Have they sent you sexually suggestive pictures? People will go through your phone. So they're going to find out the answers to all these questions if you don't share them with me now.
Yeah. No.
So do you
There
want...
was another young black girl that I had texted, but no other correspondence.
Okay. Do you see why it's hard for me to believe that you didn't come here for sex?
Knowing that I didn't come here for sex, I don't know.
Then why are you here?
I told you.
And you're going to stick with that story?
I told you what I was doing.
It doesn't make sense. You know, Dave, I've been at this for a long
I
time.
would assume.
Right. And there have been a number of occasions where a fellow has told me the same story. And it's turned out to be a lie in every single case. So why should I believe you?
Why should you believe that I wasn't here to have sex?
Yes.
And then he makes an admission.
claiming that even if he did want to have sex with the girl, he could not physically do it.
So the first thing is I can't.
You what?
I cannot
You cannot what?
have sex.
And I don't mean to pry or
Yeah,
get personal.
it doesn't.
But you talked about sex in the conversation. She talked about wanting to make money, and I like to and this is in the phone conversation.
Yeah. Well, and you saw what I said. I didn't say that, and I didn't say anything about.
Well, you were in the game, Dave.
I didn't say anything about having sex with her.
Cheat? You didn't say no. You didn't
Well,
refuse to come
somebody
over.
Somebody who's going to lecture her, who's going to want to let somebody who's going to lecture her.
So you just decided to help a woman one day. You see how this looks.
Well, I see how it looks. Yeah.
It doesn't look good.
From your perspective, I can see where you're also trying to put words into my mouth about things that I said.
Look, you're here.
That I didn't.
You didn't have
say.
to come here, Dave.
No, I know.
Okay, so there's that.
I thought that I was coming here to meet a 19-year-old girl who I was going to talk to about trying to get her life together.
All right. Well, Dave, there's something you need to know. And that's I'm Chris Hansen. And we do stories on men trying to meet underage people online.
Okay.
Is there no you can't leave just yet. David gets up to leave and walks right into the arms of Genesee County Sheriff's deputies who use a ruse to calm him down.
We know you're coming here to meet a 15-year-old, all right? Just let me talk for a minute, all right? You watch the news?
Yeah.
You hear about the prostitutes in Confronting missing?
No.
And they found their bodies like a year ago?
No.
Are you involved with that?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what we're looking for if we did that.
No.
Are their phone numbers going to be on your phone?
No. Oh.
No,
I'll open my
very
phone.
serious.
Yeah. No.
Okay, listen,
No.
listen, you're not the guy we're looking for, all right? You made a bad mistake.
It works, and David is cooperative.
Okay.
My keys are right there.
Get him out of here. Yeah, go ahead.
He's patted down, evidence is collected, and from the look on his face, David is beginning to realize his so-called good deed has just become dastardly. He's taken away to speak further with investigators at the Genesee County Sheriff's Office. David Wagner was charged with child abusive commercial activity, accosting children for immoral purposes, and communicating with another via the internet to commit a crime. He pleaded guilty on all counts and was sentenced to 60 months of probation and must register as a sex offender for the next 25 years. To watch more episodes of Takedown, head over to WatchTruBlu.com.